Clandestien, I kill a mic. This year, when it gets hot, we find our man skinned alive, ripped of life, pulled like Shang Tsung, holding souls, as many as I can fit in a handful. Mad skills with training in heinous places. Face it, I'm ill, old painless is waiting, with a stainless Gatling battling vomit, trying not to fall as mortars clear the forest. Hawks off it, I can't hear you over this shit. These lyrics return to me with a different vision, separate meanings so MCs can't get it. If it bleeds we can kill it, you can feel it when you're dreaming. Clandestine, reporters of accuracy, MC shit, distorting your reality as we split into portions. A cloud of doubt now hangs above the streets, the shroud of ours is fallen.
This dark army marches, foreign lines for battle charges. A swift death makes mortar martyr, rise like Christ to start a new clan, three-figure stand, cloak, ghost, red right hand, disband the enemy. I sense inevitably, this dark heart creeps while you sleep intensely. It's time to wake up, cool slash with weapons that you can't see but leave deep cuts. Read up on the dark arts of warfare. My tongue is the weapon, reflecting blows with a harsh stare. Evil glare, nah, you're blinded by the light. Words flare, flash fire, inspired by the mic. I torch pages, I destroy the gates that you guard. My sonic cracks pavement and shatters glass. Shards cast into the abyss of my soul, reflecting the pain in my eyes. Now I am whole, the truth unfolds. You don't know me, what you see is merely a shell. I am ghostly, a host for thoughts that distort when caught in my mind, reflecting and dispelled in a rhyme.
The tide's changing it. The tide's changing.
Check it, rising drunk from rum cellars, leave heads spurting blood, liquid umbrellas.
Humbled by these fellas, don't stand near. Loathing and fear's no stranger, danger's present and clear.
Here reference to a graphic index. My contents communicates to nurture the infants.
Infiltrate minds as they grow. If they don't, flows incinerate those into a cinder state.
Incubate flows, stillborn like fetuses torn fresh from the womb, soon to be spawned.
Spread through outer regions and attached like tracking devices. These timeless classics keep on coming back.
Fucking wax scenes, malevolent heads agree. We don't pretend to be MCs, it's not an act.
Often the facts are lost, tossed aside. Biters bleed your rhymes dry and feed on lies.
Who, what, where, when and why? You stop, stare, then deny to have any affiliation, telling me I'm mistaken. Many appeal their faces in order to try and hide. The new kid graphic will shoot abusive tactics with the use of matchsticks. Force your eyes wide, provide the type of torture that brought your do or die skill. Hands in your pockets, reaching for the suicide pill. Hard to swallow. Tough act to back you up, slashing cunts like my name was Zorro. No tomorrows used to comment on how we work and thirst with dry horror to rhyme proper, submerged in Perth. You're an oasis in a desert. If you think that you can go places and receive some credit for your effort, man, forget it. You may think that this is hating, fuck rapping, cause from now on I sing with fat ladies.
The tide's changing. The tide's changing it. The tide's changing it. The tide's changing it.
Spot mark, I got explosive baseline maneuvers like John Stark, spray rhymes to prove it. I rock priests with satanic messages, I rush at unexpected like John Cleese. I unleash spit and vapor with acidity that your shirt shows red stains like litmus paper. I hit close to home like a piss neighbor, lip state the illest shit from the sickest illustrator.
Catch me off guard like playing the two spot. What's actually hard, I made look easy. Death defying timing, collecting true drops, seen with your own eyes, still wouldn't believe me. Spitting the same You try and swing, but the only thing that you're hitting's the hay. Equipped with a lip that'll itch at the bit to pounce unannounced if you're doubting this kid. Surrounded in mist, you don't seem to sense a delugous dense, compressed and thick, unaware of our existence. Our ability will instantly see the start of your extinction. I'm a rare species while you're in danger of being caught short. You thought you were safer, laying low in a place that's not far. Act surprised when you see me and I catch you off guard.
Stab ya, slash ya, trash ya, clash ya, catch you off guard. Don't speak of beef, keep your teeth, catch you off guard. Check, find ya, biters, fire, fry ya while you're off guard. Not these MCs you need to breed, find ya off guard. The return of dark horses with flaming lances. Though the guts saw us, they wouldn't take their chances. These names are answered among the unexplainable. We unfaceable, black hoods shade these phantoms. Hooves leave images where we've been, plus the billowing smoke from a sum of pillaged villages. Perimeters can't limit us, we invade you through portals. Blades of the immortals, clinging to our fingertips. My wrist is a fulcrum battle hawk. I'm as destructive as gladiator versus cannonball. This imperial guard leaves the illest of marks. Battlefields aghast. Like Sauron drops in war, the author tomahawk wields a fierce sword and pierce a shield door. I'm a god to mere mortals, morph into scorpion. The only pause you hear is my dogs in the audience.
Never saw it coming. Shit, my head is the pot from which these spells are summoned and becoming infectious. By strangling MCs, I leave more rednecks than Texas. Perfectors of forms at levels underground. See, we were found by the metal detectors. Several expect us not to continue. I'm a hungry MC. What's next on the menu?
Stab ya, slash ya, trash ya, clash ya, catch you off guard. Don't speak of beef, keep your teeth, catch you off guard. Check, find ya, biters, fire, fry ya while you're off guard. Not these MCs you need to breed, find ya off guard. Blasted by masters. Practice tactics that burn like passion.
Try to battle me.
That's right. Don't make me have to smack your dumb ass into a head spin. Pack it up, pack it in. So let me begin.
To challenge me, you'd have to go to the depths of depravity. 20,000 leagues, you still couldn't fathom me. Flip 360 degrees, lose my insanity. Whether sane or deranged, I choose to prove how savagely this man could be. Humanity's never seen worse. I cut verbs, sever beats, butcher the verse, make you eat your words. Talk mud mouth full of dirt, chop. This heads are topless like they lost their shirts. I flirt with danger, spark while I'm petrol doused. Box with the devil, throw rocks in a glass house. You pass out from oxygen deprivation. I spit mustard gas on mics. You die from the inhalation. I choke MCs, no hesitation, no sweat, no doubt. I reach out and squeeze your chest till you got no breath left. I go to any extreme. I bend bars, smash mics, even shatter your dreams.
Check the next will go to never end, never end. When you think I flows through, guess again, can't. Then we'll have to show you weapons of evidence, track and then approach you. Sever then run.
The lengths we'll go to are extreme beyond reason, achieving heights in spite of what you're believing. Prove no need when proof is now heard. You get put down trying to cross this word sleuth. These three cannons are loose and ready to erupt. Wave a copper rod at an orchestra in order to conduct. You come to an abrupt halt, stop dead in your tracks. You couldn't block my shine if you were rocking Mexican hats. I reckon we like pillows, head sleep on us. You need to retreat as such and catch up to the demo. Cause whatever you say, I'm off of that in seconds. Your style's a mad tide like insomniacs on pensions. We build like tensions and capture the audience. The lengths we'll go to will stretch like accordions. Aborting attempts at recording your threats is the best thing to do before absorbing the clinch.
Check the next will go to never end, never end. When you think I flows through, guess again, can't. Then we'll have to show you weapons of evidence, track and then approach you. Sever then run. MC shit, The lengths I'll go to block your CDs. You'll be missing pens like clean pigs. I steal shit like constipation. To prove you ain't got it, I grab your book and drop my name in. This agent appears to clear shot without weapons or wrecking balls in a glitched matrix. My blade splits the sense of the similar with 66 severs with a sinister scimitar. Now Hawk is flagrant, foul, good at locking wisdom like encaging owls. Amazing how I did it without regret or repetitious lyrics, just an infinite alphabet. So bounce like checks of dodgy Slovakian bankers, cause I'm off the bow like the splashing of anchors. I need your respect like a hole in the head. To prove it, I'm leaving the planet holding my neck. Check the next we'll go to, never end, never end. When you think I flow through, guess again, cunts. Then we'll have to show you weapons of evidence, track and then approach you. Sever then run.
There can be no alliance. We will fight you to the death.
Perhaps you will soon change your mind.
Fucking drag queen. Fuck you. This verbal catacomist raps with shackles, resurrecting, stabbing Moses on top of tabernacles. I flip and focus lots more. Words equipped with doses, I'll leave you lockjawed. Now follow me across the altar and pray to one who's slightly colder. The mic a hole with eyes agloom, my lies are true. Reach and teach, clandestine cunt, what's your point of view?
Join us or die, it's your pick. Within this fortress lies a sick twisted melon, telling you to quit or getting evict like tenants. These tracks are like penance and you're not gonna win. Be a brave heart, wave your scarf in despair. Prepare for the inevitable, I set a rules that's rare. You now become stuck, everyone doesn't seem fair. Floating in the clouds, you get plucked from the air.
Join us or die, your feeble plans are unimportant. It's poignant not to try to divide death, it's pointless. I'm on the point of no return, prepare to burn. The defamation of your cremation, I smash the urn. Turn incineration, I fuel the fire. Mortars names to water the douses, the flames of your desire. A funeral pyre marks the spot where we stopped your plot and try to topple us. Our sarcophagus will be required.
Don't make me destroy you. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict. I'll never join you!
A self-proclaimed master now lays in his own work, thrown first against cut corners. This won't hurt if you've told truth, or is it a cover to hide? But his lies were like spikes, now we're driven straight through. Rub salt into the wound, left no time to heal. What he once thought he could touch, now he couldn't feel. What's the deal? I reveal a living pain. Bodies lay helplessly, sipping in ink stains.
I go with words forth to burst all common sense, where you'll follow men into the earth's core. For sure, violet pens violent from Thompson. When poised to strike, join us or die isn't an option. Watch men spin out from overload of truth and word, try to decipher many meanings that few have heard. You're learning curve breaks from the onslaught. No stopping this apocalypse, dwarf when you're strong.
This bastard arsonist burns up the chart list. I split you apart when I see red like Marxists. You depart this course as we approach. Impale your light, Vlad, this night's the Galahad will spit roast. No jesting, I'm jousting those who are protesting. Enclose my forces, torture those you are protecting. Investing time and conquest, this third crusade. Bloodthirsting raid, launch at dawn, water shines its blade.
Join me.
I refuse!
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 Join me.
I
Now George wasn't your average. He was footloose and fancy-free, intellectually advantaged, artistically enhanced. Uptown gallery showings at the next opening. He bowed early, wanted to get home. He took a shortcut and out of a back alley came a rowdy drunken gang with just one aim: to cause some harm, to wreak havoc. They liked to rumble, cause starting trouble was a habit. A stick-up kid with a switchblade knife who did not intend to take his life. He just pushed his luck a little too far that night. And so the story goes, a struggle ensued in the street and George lost his feet, slipped and fell and his head hit the concrete. The gang dispersed and George was left to bleed. DOA on the way, never completed the journey. Now George's mother cries and wonders why. How could God take her only son's life in the blink of an eye? She defies her faith and prays for retribution, curses at the sky and denies any hope for the future. A few days pass, it's after the funeral. An officer says he's got leads that might be useful, an eyewitness to make the charges stick, and information on where the kid might live now. The kid's ID'd and right before the cops knock. He drops out the back window from a tip-off. Hopper shoot through backyards and dodging cars. The cops let off a shot. They got the kid running hard, calling for backup, thinking the kid's smacked up. Crossing the highway, he gets clipped by a Mack truck. Out of control, he loses his hold as he leaps a fence, trips and slips. The kid falls to his death, lands on his head. The impact snaps his neck. Cops on the scene see the concrete painted red. News passes to George's mother as she cries in bed. A smile crosses her face and this is what she said:
Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and anyway I told the truth, and I'm not afraid to die.
My back is scarred with knife marks. What upsets me the most is I didn't see it coming. Not the fact that these weapons are sharp. Can't put shit in the past. If I was to arc, these cunts would start running. Something tells me to let it slide, but graphic, can't forget pride. Something that runs in the fam of McBride is high levels of respect and intense passion. Clash like titans from life to death. Writing remains my solace, a journalistic safe haven to escape ravens and crows. Make no mistake with these inundated flows. The longer it takes, the more my patience grows. Blatant blows, land way below the belt. Mate, a fake will know themselves on break. So for explanations you can save it, bro. My eyes see the truth, I know where I stand and it's not next to you.
Visions, kidnapping, lyrics are tracking with crosses off it like Jesus. Demarking out your retinas, jeepers creepers, along with sight. Your eyes are losses. I got these peepers from the Psycho House. Sneakers Shez got, Nike, no doubt. This rhyme's about an eye for an eye. Literal or lyrical, clandestine defines avenues like cabin crews. Stab at me, I'm slashing you with accuracy, staying true to ideas. My mic's clear across every passage. Appears though Tomo's never slacking. 4 years got you with the graphing from people's attracting stares like massive cathedrals, sinister and severe. And finally I vendettas and vengeance vie. Heads will fly. Sever mics in the meantime, no need to react yet. I'll just sit back, recline and watch your beads shine.
God called forth his vengeance. Eye for an eye, eye for a eye, 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 eye for an eye, eye for a eye. Eye for an eye, eye for a eye, eye for an eye, 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 for an eye.
I put a spell on you. I put a spell on you.
Stand up to the hype and write something that'll make me stop and listen to your rhyme.
I put a spell on you.
And you're rhyming whack. Don't forget that we're wizards. Clandestien's back.
I put a spell on you.
Yeah, whisper the name. The pain lingers after my fingers spin the flame.
I put a spell on you.
The system's empty, nothing sounds right. The noose around tight, the neck of the enemy.
I put a spell on you.
With chance, this odd world puzzles and muffles its fans.
I put a spell on you.
Who will do my bidding? Insidious task asks of those whose heads are
I
spinning.
put a spell on you.
I raise bars, but for you to reach, you need to leave when trying to make this mark.
I put a spell on you.
And you're rhyming like we used to. The who's who of voodoo till my taboo's
I
through.
put a spell on you.
Spine tingling with rhyme chanting, mind tinkering, crystal ball
I
glancing.
put a
Jump
spell on
high,
you.
timing is the perfection when you're making an entrance and your abundance runs
I
dry.
put a spell on you.
When I put my pen into action, I'm slashing in a reddish room.
I put a spell on you.
Taste this heart so cold with a record as devastating as Satan for taking
I put a
souls.
spell
I
on you.
come forth in awe of this presence that makes me feel the horror shit.
I put a spell on you.
And you are now hypnotized. Spit the lies, you are foul. Truth is
I
found.
put a spell on you.
Spell binding, residing in hell, finding lives to expire, death bells
I put
chiming.
a spell on you.
Never sip skull brews and drinks, has found that he drowned to the sound of his own music.
I put a spell on you.
DJ fingers, MC tongue. The secret ingredient, it's nearly done.
I put a spell on you.
Weave webs, wizards leave heads diseased after these three MCs have
I put a
said.
spell on you. I put a spell on you. I put a spell on you. I put a spell on you.
Crimson red, I paint a portrait with what you bled, as cold as the frost upon your last breath. I manifest death, reborn to carry on, full on like a psalm read on the dawning of your last morn. Pouring out my heart, life doesn't suit you like the passing of summer into winter warmth is beautiful. A putrid smell that lingers heralds your path. I might combine with God like the covenant of the ark. A stark contrast, beauty in danger, hidden feelings lie within the eye of a stranger. Dark thoughts and anger, violent feelings courted. The love of lust, the lust for love, meanings distorted. Heinous crimes reported, born out of hate, born out of love. Some die, scorned by fate, torn in two. Some pulled through and weathered the storm. Some are formed to view the beauty in a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn.
Fuck it. You know that Hawk is an MC of burden. Recognize the beauty when you see me in person. Verses of dirt erase the earth and its races. I can't wait for the plagues of vermin. Disperse with thought proud. Pour out the blood of Christ. Drink the life out of a cork now. Hawk's down with God and she's given war frowns. Mounting probabilities past the Lord cloud. This is what is sick to me. Evil in the system. To some I'm a mystery. Others think I'm tripping. Lyrically gifted. Nevertheless, life is wicked. So I'm reflecting the stress, right? The illest MCs, purest contestants. Storms and asteroids. Accused for depression. You can't question. My flow is formed, so recognize clandestine as the rose is thorn. So
I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's thorn.
Checking on the outside, things are looking rosy and peach, but deep down, many troubles control me. The sharp teeth, trying to sink when I swim. Feel so torn apart, I should go out on a limb. Break a leg, You wish me the best, but mates flake and turn to shifty friends. Mixed events seem to cloud my thought. Can't wait for the smoke to clear. Appearance talks but reveals very little. Maybe trying to hide the reoccurring injuries like Harry Kiddle's buried missiles. They may lay dormant but still have the capacity to go off without warning. The sharpest part, now respect its beauty, or you'll be on the receiving end. A target's mark beneath the clan shouting in reference to burning exists an art that's well worth your learning.
I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's scorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's scorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's scorn. I guess that's why I was born, to recognize the beauty of a rose's scorn.
Enter now, the stage is set. I hold a full house, place your bets, the place will test. Time to take a rest, embarrassing you to the point your face is red. I placed his pen on the paper, started writing the transcripts that were laced from my head. I later relayed the message, suggested that there was no chance from escaping what's said.
Yeah, this bright symphony is the dark epitome of hard-hit symphony, drums past the lyrical infamy. Infinite ability, keep your intellect in check. With glass shards from cracks to your head, passing through the perspex. The worst is yet to come. Crimson walls run with letters painted in reverse. Red rum, black out the sun. Eclipse of words hit the verbalist, murderous tones of acid palms writ to leave you drowning in your own spit.
My psychic knife slices minds through eyes like Cyclops, mind blocked by Psylocke in a fight in hindsight. My mic's like my Nike's laced cos I'm wired like graph, chewing on power cables like a Minoc. Your pride shot when electric FX is stunned. Sacrifice live into a spirit like Exarchon. Check the drum, it's my nature to respawn and kill. The book of dark nature made me as negative as smallish film.
Fire wardens clear the streets for these three MCs as we speak. Scorched beats to the 5th degree with heat. Lyrics cheats get flamed, opposing MCs get the same. Mike's main, wicked slinks take the walk of shame. Mike's to mortar is like Carter to Michael Caine. Buildings to McVeigh, Courtney loved the brains and blood stains. From 12 gauge rages, contagious pages heinous. Foreboding, micro-boding, more fear and loathing than lost faith.
I craft the gates of hell so like Rodan you die in this art. No trace of spell in the way of carbonite. Like my enemies when they're cold and martyred. Step into me, this artist leaves you in mold and plastered. Check the meaning of lyrics when the chants I rhyme are ill. Linguistics yell raw in clandestine skill. Check the meaning of lyrics when the chants I rhyme are ill. Linguistics yell raw in clandestine skill.
Stand on solid ground with an immortal team. Slaughtered the scene, left in the dust when spit right. You MCs suck more than a rip tight. Skating on thin ice like Torval and Dean. I broaden my reach and cover the best by the scruff of the neck in accordance with each. The door to beef orders retreat, cause I'll go off the boil like water to steam.
These Avengers are known to flow, running others red, coming off the head like beats from Venus Williams. MCs are beginners, my hat's off to cleave incisions like Kung Lao or Odd Job when cutting combat said. I see you spitting like fitted masks, turn on the right side and listen hard to these ingenious writtens. MCs are spitting love in the turning tides when our original verses rhyme, clandestine can't be bitten.
Touch the mic, I burn wires fast, soon to be charged with possession of firearms. In harm's way, you may be a part of calculated commotion that raise the alarm. Plan pandemonium, man ran for podiums, we've got it locked. But your hand jams when opening the key that ignites. The words that were written is also held by the ones that spit them.
Yeah. I surround your sound like DVD, assault like infantry, catapult battery, charge like cavalry. Mike saber slayers, invaders in battle savagely, ravage the mic emphatically. Whoever the combatants be, I'll bomb your set more than Affleck. Your infliction is tragic, illiterate, what did you say? I couldn't catch it, spit it again, this saliva is drier than panty liners. My shit's fatter than the prying vagina, lips on mire.
Show me some appreciation.
A little appreciation? Do you know how easy this is for me? Do you have any fucking idea how easy this is? This is a fucking joke. And I'm sorry you can't do this. I really am, because I wouldn't have to fucking sit here and watch you fumble around and fuck it up.
In the citadel of chaos, I rip a fool's page off and spit if he can't take off. I cinder and stay hot, I'm minimal weight loss, still fat. MCs have big heads, but instead of a brain, there's a big gap. The impact of my shit takes 3 listens to get one meaning, but the next are 6 through to 10. Clean out your ears so it can fit in your head. You'll be coming back for more, like women in bed. Keep your opinions in check, try and listen instead, living or dead. I don't care what you idiot said. You dumb rookies won't be given a go. I'm evil dog, fuck boogie. Stick your dick in your nose and keep it raw. Defeating hawkers like unnoticed widescreen. You're missing the bigger picture. Don't focus on slight things. I bring forth the most insane inciting, cause after years of drawing, Hawk's brain stained with xylene.
Fumble around and fuck it up. 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 This is a fucking joke. Fumble around and fuck it up. 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 This is a fucking joke.
You bumbling faggots stumble and get stuck. Crumble under the pressure, fumble and fuck it up. You ain't tough enough, so don't even consider. Slice the highest bidder, you get shat on like kitty litter. I pity your attempts to circumvent the consequence. You must repent, give it up like Len. I vent my thoughts and I spit acidic flows. Call up the elements of the earth and hurl fireballs in the front row. You cunts know the deal, that's why you stand at the back, loving everywhere but telling your girl, oh, this shit is whack. Get off my nutsack, I advise. I take them prisoners, so abide and step aside to remain alive. Never drop the mic, you need to take a hike off the stage, cause you ain't got the right to call yourself an MC. Don't tempt me or press your luck, more than ever fumbles around, I just fuck you up.
Fumble around and fuck it up. Fumble around and fuck it up. Fumble around and fuck it up. Fumble around and fuck it up. This is a fucking joke. Fumble around and fuck it up. 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 This is a fucking joke.
This is so one-sided. If I was to turn the other cheek to hear you speak and smirk, I could hide it. I abided by unwritten law to spit it raw. When I grab the mic, deliver more burns and format the pirate, a tireless work ethic. The perfect method to have you all decrepit while we staying in shape. There's no escape, so you might as well accept it. If you're locked in a vault, you still wouldn't be safe. It's a case of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Throw your voice to ventriloquist with my hands on your throat, branded as dope. Sick and fat, I must be an overweight disease junkie that's spitting raps, mixing tracks done by the one and only Mortar. It's too easy, so we had to tie the cunt down, blindfolded as we spun him around. Gagged, he did the mastering while he wasn't breathing.
Fumble around and fuck it up. 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 This is a fucking joke. Fumble around and fuck it up. 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 This is a fucking joke. 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 This is a fucking joke.
Starting CPR. 1,000. 2,000. 3,000. 4,000.
It's been 12 minutes. He is dead.
5,000. Breathe. And 1,000. 2,000. 3,000. 4,000.
Forget about it, Dave. We lost him.
No, you son of a bitch.
Stop it. David, stop it.
No, stop.
Stop. David. Stop it, David.
No.
Stop it, David. David, stop it. David. Let him go.
Dimly lit corners and strips, this night walker morphs through the minds of kids. We roam bored, barely afford their trips, tickets and escape for what will eventually exist. Wish he could stay high, away somehow, to erase the bad, never have to come down. The truth is that there's a lot on plates, too much to consume given the time that it takes. He ate at a pace that could stuff your face, placed important shit aside for what was fake. His fate dated back, in this track I trace to the day that his brain claimed its first taste. Unearthed a strange range of an emotion, a devotion to his page, and his book began closing. A rhyme author looking for direction, this night walker staring at a reflection I'm as puzzled as you, trying to find meaning. Comprehend these events with insight that's scenic. Choices spark reaction with a clear head, I'm serious. Every day of your life is a near-death experience.
1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000.
Now you will witness everything clearly. Deep diving lyrics said when you're dreaming. MCC, this is a near-death experience. Don't move or wake, it's too late, you'll be delirious. I've got you caught taut in this art, grasping with 2 pairs of 4 claws round your heart, gasping for oxygen as I delude and haunt you, replacing your thoughts. You can't breathe, I do it for you. Now relinquish your technique, show me I'm ghostly. There's no way your defenses can reflect me, detest me. Yes, your heartbeat is my flow focus, proboscis of claws, withdrawing your own dopest moments. Exposed past the hostess, lacing of acid varies. Candy for my veins, then straight to my vocabulary. My brain in astral form hungers for that of reading. Food for thought, now it's on to the next one, sleeping.
1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,1,000.
Near death, hear the breath escaping through your windpipe. A gaping hole, problem solved if you clutch tight. Touch the light, caught on the spot, get your eyes wide shut tight as my rhymes collide your blind side. Might die from the impact, head snap, back catch, whiplash as the snare crash, collapse in a puddle, pool of blood will ooze from your mug. You'll come through with a close shave like stubble. True facts, my diction will split tracks, derail trains and give planes. Mid-air collisions that leave lone survivors unbreakable like Bruce Willis intact. You walk away without a scratch. This is the nearest that you ever come to being caught in the jaws of a trapdoor. Flesh torn from your back raw, a hair's breadth no more within an inch. Mere seconds at the pinch, the measurements can't be detected. Check this lyrical landmine, watch your step, stumble and tumble down the tunnel of a funnel web. I snatch your breath, watch the track turn pale, then breathe life into the beat as I exhale.
We must move on. We cannot linger.
They have taken the bridge and the second hall. We have barred the gates, but cannot hold them for long. The ground shakes. Drums, drums in the deep. We cannot get out. A shadow moves in the dark. We cannot get out. They are coming.
Got you trapped in the dungeon. Hold your fort, graphic or figure 8 and more to go to war. Guard your walls, the darkness got you surrounded. There's no stopping our charge, our barrage leaves the beat pounded. Mic to the round table, able to take castles. Dogs of war, gore flesh and blood gargle. Starve you all, force of attrition. Forever vigilant, on a mission I storm from door. War got militant, got in store more blood rapture. Under siege, capitulant warlords captured. Released to ransom fees, or stand to receive receive death by the sword drawn, strike at first light, lines form before dawn and swarm, the breach deceased, mark our path, syllabolic speech, shadow stark, even after dark, fight to the last, troops swarm to scale your walls, the trumpet sounds the last call, victory as your flag falls.
Cornered, your reflexes are weak, beat defenseless and keep among sheets with each intention, close the drawbridge, retreat, your match you just met, I strap a vest of breath when I'm free, freeze. Catch it, blatantly say it in a cemetery. The grave mistakes that you're making, pacing up and down for a way out. You hear your side, the sound dies every time. After they shout, you jot and you log. You got flogged by reckless inventors in sentence, hit heads and knock some sense in. I stand at the corner of attention and news, just under the ground. From the bottom of your shoes lives a crew with thought.
Back to the shadow.
And you're who we declare war
This
to.
shit was not intended, my future tense was oblivious. Blinded as I'm searching for my mic, this is ridiculous, it's pitch black. I'm off the walls for direction, my knuckles start to bleed, cause an exit's out the question. I'm underground, the thunder's found where I'm coming from. Pounding on the walls of my cave, I am the punished one. The sun is gone, the only light I see is fake. When I fall asleep and picture myself in an escape, then my mind awakes and visions out into the blackness. This must be my epitome of hate, so fuck the sadness. I'm stepping on the ground that's invisible to me. My next footstep is a step of mystery, going solo like Marco Polo walking the plane. I feel hysterical and helpless in this terrible blank. Now out of all my 5 senses, I'm down to 2, cause I can feel this hot mic and I can hear this crew.
Check 1, 2, grab your torches. Clandestien, graphic hawk, mortar, figure 8, let me hate the light and love the gale force nighttime tunnel dwellers. The fatal sword, show you cunts where hell is. Take the steps down, developers of the next sound. Our propellant is fueled by words and a pulled mic. We shine like dead wicks versus the cool light. It's too dark for you, right? We'll try living in a room like a pungent dungeon, lunging to the escape site. I have a mic raft like an out-of-control minecart through tight shafts of coal, boulders and cold words, even stated right, get vaporized by radiating eyes, cursed by eternal darkness. It is I kill a mic, and always exhale the harshness. Half past the witching hour, it's now dark. Houses dipped in showers, a town bath. Around the miles of tiles and grey piled in mist, thick to the horizon. How's this? I eyed him, but my movements are sparse until a few darkened clouds part. Ah yes, hard flesh metamorphosis stretches as moonlight sets and scorches it. The sets of mortar sits as the rain gets in. Exposed comes a greyness grin. My scaly wings burst as other wyverns fly. My eyes alive, give a red out from the flaking skin. Just waiting in a few seconds, I'll soon be getting them thieves and unsuspecting victims after these chasms of jewels, when the moon just lets loose my 2 huge talons.
From walls of stone, we guard the portals to the primordial planes, battle slain mortals from thrones my hordle. Formed to flesh and bone, shadows who scorn the light. Merowints and you fight, our birthright by night. Our plight to protect the gates of death, waiting for the next victim. Our infliction of hate and flesh, that's why we split them, forming claws, torn incisions. Warlords who gore with precision. The law is written, no soul shall pass unless marked. I shatter like glass, the iron of your mortal prison bars. With one swing of the morning star, the feeble will topple like church steeples into the urethral plains of war-torn diseases and torched cathedrals. Marred by evil that manifests flesh, the meek will transform and torn into the shadows, passing into soil that isn't hallowed. While I watch from the narrow ledges within the building blocks and measure the methods of madness as generations rot, I stand in silence and plot against your defiance, solid as a rock, crushing with violence.
I am the scum that dwells in the night. Never seen, only felt the chill up your spine. The rustling of bushes, my only trademark. During the day I lay in blades of grass, a shaded past that follows my movements. I'm asked to carry out requests, no one else suits it. Whether it be theft, assassination or both. As soon as it's done, I take my reward and go. Engulfed in dark, I easily blend into my surroundings, never found on the path. I arrive at my destination, all is set. The last thing, tie my disguise around my neck. Observe the gargoyles resting on the roofs. I plan to leave for guessing the clues. I'm methodical attack, off guards at the front. I enter via the side and escape through the back.
Check it, at long last, the song's end. Vomitous coughing up pens and spewing again. Sucking it back up, fucking the track up. Is our tats attacking with iron cannons? Cuz I've managed and found a better saber. My technique reached the main power generator. You may start your landing, advancing hell. You can tell by war flags, torn rags and shady personnel.
From top to bottom, bottom to top. Not dropping the pot or stop rocking the spot. Got it locked and it's stock. Shots at the clock and watch your shock. With your block we start knocking, knock and start. We block your shots, watch. Clocking a shot, stock and locked and it got. Spot the rock and stop the pot. The drop and not top to bottom, bottom to top from.
I reverse this curse, this curse is the worst shit. I shit worse than you ever heard, kid. Kids heard this and flip when this page ripped. I rip pages, torn words formed to various stages, precarious plagiarist tip off the axis. This axis of evil, backslap, backstabbers through the eye of the needle through your eye. Fuck ice on the DJ's wrist, give me JD on ice.
This is a change in my brain, it's came from rearranging. Fuck up the stop, fuck up the stall and you can't fast forward it. This is a change in my brain, it's came from rearranging. Fuck up the stall and you can't fast forward it. You twist a paragraph in every angle.
So they've returned with ways to burn. I thought it had been done. MCs come with words to inspire the weak. Never rhyme with defeat, defeat with rhyme. Never weak, munitions speak and mutilate immersed worlds. Ours pursuing certain persecutors over the universe and back again. Grab a pen and do it first. Space-time continuum.
Stalkers rewind, too fast to go forward, not absorbing the rhyme. Patience obtain it, only through training, aiming to be stainless. I miss the changes, aiming to be stainless. I miss the changes, patience obtain it, only through training. Too fast to go forward, not absorbing the rhyme. Time, stalkers rewind.
You flip tricks. The trick is to flip this, land in the shit. My shit lands and never miss hits. Chip your tooth, now your tooth chip. Loose lip, shoot your shit, now you're sutured. Sewn up, blown up, now you're up and blown. A&R dick for a show to get your shit known. Your show for dick and take it in the A. And are you gay? Gay you are, star of your own parade.
This is a change in my brain, it's came from rearranging. Fuck up the stop, fuck up the stall and you can't fast forward it. This is a change in my brain, it's came from rearranging. Fuck up the stall and you can't fast forward it. You twist a paragraph in every angle.
Quahamot char spots removed and cancerous truths are cast. You will last, will you not? Ask Mask, masks of heartless. Mark is expected to have less heart marks. Scars, cards of a different suit, leaving you muffled and shuffled in your living room. With a few clubs dealt, hip-hop will choke, so we knock down posts and up the stakes.
Movements slight, hands are crafted, master task stands, a tight unit, never challenged. The champs remain on camp's brains. We manage to sever course of action, required quick, lit a fire. Habits forced, hand me the smoke for the pure rhyme feed. Need to find a cure for the antidote.
Time stands still, still I stand, time to handle and mangle your mind, mind the angles, sharp edges, my pledges be stark in the dark, devilish, revel in this art, heart of the rebel, rebel from the start, mark my words, mortar's words are making the mark, the spot, no loft, I'm lost in the basement, I can fill the room with heads but still leave your head vacant.
My lover went to war and sent a letter home to me. And this is what the letter said from far across the sea. From early morn till sun went down, my enemy and I, we stalked each other full of hate beneath the jungle sky. My enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I.
How's it going? Man, time has flown, tell my mother and little brother I'll soon be home, my time's short. Only 2 months left before I board and ship out. I take a rest, always on edge. Damn, my hand shakes, I just spent 2 weeks in the bush. Now I'm on a 3-day break. That's why I'm writing, do my duty or die trying. Don't worry, but we lost 2 guys in some firefighting. Remember Kev? Yeah, he caught one in the chest, knocked him down, but the round deflected off his flak vest. Lucky bastard, mustn't have been his time. Some live, some die, now I just don't ask why. I just keep going, if it comes I don't wanna be known. Just let it be quick, but I think soon I'll be coming home. Either way, I keep my head down and pray, knowing it's only a few more weeks, a few more days before I see your face. Man, I can't wait, I stay up late thinking, but I can't sleep anyway. I tell it straight and I said I wouldn't lie. I killed a man with the gun in my hand and watched him die. First time was hard, third time was easy, but it was either him or me. You see, you gotta believe me, I didn't wanna do it, but this war is shit. In the village they butchered the men, women and little kids. Have you seen the reports or read it in the news? And what your friends say about me being here isn't true. I didn't ask, this letter will be the last. So say your day to my mother and give a hug to little Mark.
My enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I.
Big brother, it's me, Mark. I asked mother, and so she helped me start. I'm well, feeling great, still doing my art, writing's hard. Your girlfriend helped with my spelling mistakes. Did you tell her to kiss and hug me? Thanks a lot, now I got girl germs. Her and mummy are worried, they go to church. I think they pray for you, they say so it won't hurt. Anyway, I'm getting older, I'm big now. I'm gonna grow up like you and be a soldier. I told her yesterday and she started to cry, cause I scraped my knees playing armies outside. She's so silly, I think she's getting old. She can't ever find me to sting me with the Dettol. My friends say stuff like a mortar hit you, but don't worry though, I got them back with my water pistol. I sorta miss you, I'm still having fun though. Hurry up and win the war, bro, so you can come home. Then we can go out into the garden and play G.I. Joes with the empty carton I made into a base. We'll have a great time, you should see my new soldier, Snake Eyes. Anyway, I'm running out of room, so go get the baddies, bro, and I'll see you soon.
My enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I.
passing, your loved one's death. For me it's not easy, for you even harder. But there's always light when it gets darker. Mastering his moves, you would have been proud. Unless a man couldn't walk a day in his boots. Around enemy fire he kept his cool, while others broke out into pools of sweat. Tools were checked, he accepted the rules. In order to succeed we must sacrifice in the form of a life. Even if that means only the wife will be taking the children to school. With all due respect, the Defence Force is a tight group. Your son did exactly what he was asked to do. You raised a child to be a man with heart. You're sincerely officer in charge.
My enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I, my enemy and I.
War's not pretty and what I've seen is bleak. War's not pretty and what I've seen is bleak. War's not pretty, not pretty. War's not pretty, not pretty. War's not pretty and what I've seen is bleak.
Yeah. We write the pages of life that describe your every thought. I've broken down the doors that you've closed to hide remorse. The high courts, I explode in fucking hands of gas. Send them all to Alcatraz, strapped in my manic raps. The 20-second catch that Agassi could not return. You live and learn, like graffiti kids that yearn to burn. Concerned like fathers when their sons come out as faggots. But now you hold the burden, drinking bourbon in suburban traffic. You try to map it, put a geographic form to face. Identify this opposition like a racial case. Escape the shackles like a slave aboard the Amistad. Then attack the cabin crew like meat and blood in shark attacks. Your hearts collapse like a cardiac and lion's dens. My written trends keep leukemia patients splitting ends. Dismiss your friends like an unwelcome visitor. I've seen you all before, now use a fuck like a prisoner.
Now shut the fuck up, cunts, and listen up. We ain't taking shit like a jailbreak, we've risen up. I'm activating rhyme patterns for devastation. Bomb-strapped rap rebel, destined for detonation.
No prisoner.
Are willing to reveal their source, and I'm forced to resort and set it. I cause a storm in the desert, beheaded for many at the hands of few. Their innocence is now buried beneath the sand dunes.
No prisoner.
You ain't killing shit, you ain't Palestinian. You ain't feeling this, so you ain't militant. Brick by brick, I chip and chip to the prison's level, to the underground pipes with living shit.
No prisoner.
No survivors, Holocaust rhymer. Live or believe you dead in your seat, that's where they find ya. Abide by my rules and you might just get away. Nah, fuck it alive. All motherfuckers are slayed.
No prisoner.
To be left unattended, a sentence is mentioned. Defenders get cemented into place. Embrace or feel the vengeance, which is endless. When the tempers flare, no one dare enters. Only the emperors who are the inventors here.
No prisoner.
No negotiations, I'm salivating to sink my teeth into your neck. Blood draining, staining the pages. I'm waging war, raining mortar shells, devastating your terrain, caning MCs and taking.
No prisoner.
Keep your negotiators, it's pointless. We know those that hate us and got nothing for us. Porous as graters, scraping cheesy grins off MC's faces. My red saber hisses taken.
No prisoner.
No forgiveness for past offense. The shade is cast across by the marks of their defense. My heart's intense and pumps, nothing but pure adrenaline. You fucks, not a day goes by where I'm not remembering.
No prisoner.
Nah, none will survive. Trapped within my rap, I advise you won't make it out alive. Don't go there, beware, strive to avoid a confrontation. SPX executes text, fuck United Nations.
No prisoner.
Or no surrendering, it's life or death. But some still play like this is a board game. Well, I'm bored with your game, sneaky fucks. Like sleeping behind backs, sublime facts, and I'm not easing up.
No prisoner.
My flow fizzles the old prison and around it. Then I flow through bars like the T-1000. Don't doubt it, the mission ain't finished yet. It's first blood, and I'm coming for Colonel Troutman counting.
No prisoners.
Geneva Convention cast aside, charts face to blast 20 bars from these iron sides. Your ship's sinking, you get blown out the water, thrown to the wolves and slaughtered. Battlefield execution by mortar.
No prisoners.
To be spoken to with an open view, chosen few who do look for clues within a broken wound. Coke and shim ideals may reveal a potent tune, so resume your shift and this shit'll be over soon. But if
no prisoners
have the right to bail, the mind has trails left behind in jail, nailed tight, speak of nothing. This is bleak, the inner is torn, just another prisoner of war dreams of
no prisoners.
check it out, cunt. Yeah, you claim to be illuminous, then we're a bunch of burners. You're no match to catch fire in a furnace. I'm certain the victories occur successively. I shine on my rhymes, so there's no rust on weaponry. Technically I'm grounded, speech is atmospheric. Every day a diary gets packed with letters. A perilous terrorist questions his marginal. This deserted soldier cherishes his arsenal to harm you all with poetic motion, epic when spoken. It's the calm before storm. These talents were inherent, you can't be taught. You must remain at home and maintain the fort. I record vivid pictures formed from a piece. Important information by those who say the least. We're headed for times that are blackened and horrid, can only be saved by those packing knowledge.
The luminous person can spot the next to be. Fresh MCs get put back in their furnace testing me, successfully failing in over 10 tries. Hawk God's pen strikes the enshrine. At mass you get atmospheric lighting. My blasphemous diary shocks won't bat an eyelid. A rock and biting is perilous after all. Lose your teeth, prove you're weak with the deadliest arsenal. Weapons of masks crafted in motion. Four corners to take war, you asked for the chosen. We're supposed to inherit more metachlorians. I wear my hood like an ornament at home and bless the audience. I'm vivid, check it, I'll project my speech. I give the most when they expect the least. Enemies decrease from beef to black promise. I'm a void employed by MCs to trap knowledge.
We're luminous, shedding light on the fumes and dust. Lava from hot furnaces that cracks through the earth's crust, successively busting forth from the core to break four elements enshrined in rhyme and all written law. Raw atmospherics, you inspire me to prepare it. A diary that weathers all forms of perilous storms. Your arsenal is mirrorless, I use weapons of erosion. Mortar wears you down like water over years of motion, turning tides in the ocean, shit you can't foresee. We inherit the earth and give birth to killing sprees. Flee from your home, from these three cloaked spirits. Microphone lyrics, morbid listeners vivid. Vision, can you hear it? Unleashed on the least or less. Sever head, settle beef, lose your teeth. Might metal dance when I speak, like leaves in this blackened forest where you flourish for thought, but you'll fall before our knowledge. Our knowledge.
When it's over and done with, I'll be on it. Look at graphic I run with, and all the styles we conquered. Every line from Thompson reflects a tight insomnia. Ready to fight, comprehend a terracotta warrior. Held in rocks, we comet ya with the best of rhymes. Created the minds of earth for the test of time. Stand it and stamp it, copyright our own. And when my life's over, hip-hop's tightest poems we brand it. Yeah, I know MC's direct life. Embrace erase my fate, leave a trace of greatness and leave it when I die. That's the meaning of life. We pass down knowledge, but these MCs will try and pass out from it. Keep your bling bling. You don't mean shit to me. I'll be drinking my ginseng and toasting to victory. Blow you to smithereens and smoke your ashes, cause we remember real MCs and you phonies don't matter.
These paths are laced with gravel and grit. Trip where you travel, get up and shake it off. Your directions may change like bits of shrapnel. Keep moving, find aim and take a shot. A view with the eyes of a wise old owl. Stand still long enough to feel the power of time. A memory lapse as enemies come back to haunt you. Ways you went for days but never thought through. Fought few battles but seen many scars. Jewels on ground which are now found to be sparse. We leave fresh signs, hope someone may pass and ask questions that are answered within lines. Destination is know when you arrive. You get in return only what you've supplied. Taken for granted, then that's what you lose. Be prepared to sacrifice and care for what you choose.
When it's over, nobody said more lyrically. This dynasty lives forever. Through written letters, venom throwers sent all over to postpone the message till infinity. Longevity, strong enemies I sigh sadly, like Daffy will die badly, playing the wrong melodies. Your song sent to me was charred in seconds, so no part was left for anyone to rock except for me. Go and shine your watch, guard your Lexus, die and rot, while I just plot till my time does stop and I'm lying in my coffin. I'll be lining up rhymes and charcoal sketches. My art reflects through the Nexus blade, the next to die, an unsuspecting face. Check the space where the lyric was scarred first. No paper trace, this is original artwork.
Where I dwell in between these walls, built by myself when I dealt a form far beyond your reaches. Unless it's spelt, is my impact felt through the speakers? Neither reply or reaction will satisfy my craving like bathing under the sky. Lately I'm like being pushed too far, but now I'm at breaking point like Johnny Utah, wandering aimlessly till I found my target. Now that I've started, no one's the same as me. Change the speed, agree or get checked. Yes, on this mission I'm risking my neck. Play it safe, well that's one option. The other's not stopping and raining on his space. So tie your laces, catch us if you can. It's time to chase us, but the race has already began.
Check 1, 2. Clandestien. 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 Check it. This weapon's a tomahawk, level-headed contestant, remember it. You don't want a war, for sure, I'm gifted, born with it. Soar with wrist slit and drop hawk vision. Raw lyric, ism, flow on paper like paint and water and Saunders. Palette knife skimming surfaces, I spit on skirmishes, I'm weighted for flight. I stray from the light and hang around clouds, chop trees and seas, found a clandestine. Who's down? We only reach a few, who are you? You got your own MC tattoos? We breathe it through, one take, ink needles. When we're done, fake people see the truth. Cheeky bastards from Perth, fuck your kings underground. Here comes the blood and ink. Clan. Clandestien. 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 Clandestien.
To be clear, the creating of images, an adjective used to describe this lyricist. Graphic is the stealer of air, appearance is rare, and sheer breathtaking. The clearest piece is filled with flair, spilt in fear draws the fiercest beast. My reasons for speech, your skills impaired, built, repaired, and appear best faking. Scenes repeat like they just happened, attracting scavengers with the meanest streak. In dreams I sleep and psych out a whole bunch of challenges. Black canvas and a lighthouse, lines now advanced in speed. Take time out and get a chance to read the tales contained within patterns of file. The names are real, graphics my style.
Clandestien. 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 Check. Clandestien.
Strong foundations form the cornerstone. We built this dynasty of poems. Stand alone, stand our ground, faces of chrome. Hearts unmasked, now you are shown. Stand devout, mic in hand. Stand out like tourists in a foreign land. Purists for the common man. In prison, in my mind, rhymes can't escape the bars, but they squeeze between the lines. These will shine, thoughts polished. Clandestine rhymes align with syllabolics. State my name, state my claim. These two royal bloodlines course through my veins. Thoughts remain focused. I study my rivals, inscribe my page with the dopest. This tribal elect wrote this in blood and sweat. 3 MCs, 3 degrees of burnt flesh. Lessons taught, more from progress. Get caught short if you second guess this text. At its best, ain't no stopping us. Brick by brick, set in stone, 3 warriors.
Clandestien. Check. Clandestien. Clandestien. Clandestien.
We must go back now in order to advance. A chance to pick up from where we first lost our stance. The future is bleak if you look ahead in time. Every pop star's speech is hooked when fed a line. Our culture's torn of its elements. Deja vu, the vultures born of this settlement. They are you. Will lightning strike twice when it hits the clock tower? Will help power hip-hop in the 12th hour. We appear through the mic line, causing much static. It becomes clear people bite rhymes, force of habit in a psycho house of cavalry. Angrily lays patient to briefly treat thresholds of pain to every patient. Dark shaded clouds suggest a storm will arrive. Divide the true from the false, standing on either side. You breathe a sigh of relief, belief you defeat a lie. Then you see at face value are more than meets the eye. Release the lies of the corrupted, captured in their own court. Clones taught to fight a battleground they're home for, ignoring the real. Now you're turning a blind eye. Define lines at the crossroads, we decide to climb high.
Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks. Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks. I harness primordial darkness like a varnish. I polish syllabolics with the necessary harshness. I shine on the track before it's even tarnished, to make the most futuristic MC seem Amish. We're already in the future now, looking around, while you're in the past with your eyes, they're still glued to the ground. You've got no self-confidence, so how's it gonna grow if you're dropping constant nonsense? Words from Buck Thompson, I'll give you pause, so you can think about it, with claws in it, for you poor asses who fucking doubt it. Another pause, to let whoever catch up, while you're trying to catch up this Mack truck, like a whack fucker back up. But still you always lack bucks. The kilometers you travel don't even seem to add up. Before batter up was called, you struck out and you fell off before you couldn't even saddle up. I rattle cunts and always do it on purpose. My verses hurt the merciless, you couldn't hurt the courteous. I burn the best while you're searching for the matches. A burning chest, like Vic's vapor rubbing ashes. We impregnate the rap game with hacking catches, while you bitches are barely getting mood swings and hot flashes. Patterns like this, it's hard to predict the switchblades. Shit, I'm attacking.
Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks. Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks.
We return to you at the turning of the tides. Shine like full moons as the watermarks rise. It's been put in motion, the time's been set. Hidden from your view lies a jewel behind the mess. It must be uncovered, the need to dig deep within this fist. A fire of fury you cannot see. Feel it seep like toxins into your brain, slowly overpowering your senses and can't be contained. Your mind reels like all hell is stored within the tracks that we burn like an old grey DeLorean. Your thoughts pouring in, but you can't backstep then. 7 days too late, the future's already happened. What we discard as trash, you use as fuel. Try to catch up, but the fact is you haven't got a clue. Foresees the future from the past looking back. You couldn't predict their next move, even if you snatched the almanac.
Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks. Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks. Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks. Back to the future, future to the back, where our train of thought travels. We don't need no tracks.